Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing Tuesday. Hope your family's very well and you're off to a good start this new year here. 3 days in already. Crazy, crazy cool. Excited to actually check out Solana here once more. It's been doing a lot of really good things. We've hit all of our profit targets, and honestly, in retrospect, we could have set those higher because it's really cranking. So we'll take a look at that and much more. Traditional markets too, kind of poke in on that, see what's going on there, because Bitcoin's actually doing fairly well, all things considered. Because traditional markets are down by 1.5%, and Bitcoin's just kind of hanging out sideways. So that's a very, very positive sign. It tells us we shouldn't see much more downside from Bitcoin. All right, so again, if you are new to the channel, keep in mind, not a financial advisor. You want to become a better trader. CryptoCache.tech is a site. Been trading for over 17 years, and I basically teach you everything that I know that helps you become essentially just better, right? That's just the whole concept, is to constantly be improving. And if you want to constantly improve, you can reference my signals. Take a look at this here. 194% in 3 days from Solana. It was a nice long there, 20x leverage. Okay. We also have a nice healthy 30% from Ethereum. Profit target 2 trade is still open, as well as Litecoin at 78%, profit target 4. Okay, so awesome stuff happening in my community. A lot of good traders too. If you take a look here at just how awesome people are trading, it is just excellent. We got SAC, that's one of my admins here. Nice FTM. As well as take a look at this, another one of my admins, Litecoin, 427%, attaboy. So as you can see, a lot of us are doing very well. Mechanical Investor also, nice Solana long, 25x. And these are all using the best exchange in the country too. And I say country because obviously I'm in the United States, but it's actually worldwide. Best exchange in the world, Bitget. We actually have a $10,000 prize pool available monthly, so be sure to reference that. Use the link in the description below to become eligible for that. You will probably also need a VPN, just based on the majority of my members being in the United States. You do get 3 months free with a 12-month plan if you use my link. Okay, so again, just some awesome stuff. We got you covered there. Check it out in your own time. Take a look here at Solana. Here's what we want to look at. First of all, we've got 2 massive green candles. There's typically always a third green candle that is followed by a 4th red candle. So if you're not familiar with that, it's referred to as 3 white soldiers. So if you have seen that before, basically you have another green candle to follow the third, or to finish the third, and the 4th is almost always a red day. My straight lines are not very good today, but you get the gist. If you look up 3 white soldiers as a trading pattern, that's a candlestick pattern that you'll see happen a lot. We're 2 out of 3 days into that. Not guaranteeing we're going to see green day tomorrow, but if we do, expect a 4th red day. Okay, that's just kind of the general concept. Good news is we're tentatively above, and I say tentative because today's candlestick hasn't closed yet, above 50 on the RSI. Okay, so that's fantastic. That really implies we're above a key level resistance, which was likely right here at this 12.3 range. Okay, so 12.3 is essentially the case. We're looking at 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. Big surprise, that's a key level support. That is a fantastic, very consistent number in Fibonacci. We've also got a second day of convergence here. So awesome stuff there, still momenting to the upside. As you can see, when we have that continuation, it keeps going. Okay, so a lot of times we're going to see that keep moving forward. So a green day tomorrow would make sense considering where we're at right now. Okay, so Solana's looking very, very healthy. See if we're above any moving averages here. We're above the 20, which was giving us some resistance yesterday, consolidated 11.5 and basically bounced off that level. And we can see here, coincidentally, the price is averaging itself out at the 50-day simple moving average. So when you see that happen, you can kind of understand that that's going to be a tentative resistance. It could very well hold, consistently, but for right now, we're not breaking through that level for a reason. Okay, so again, this candle wick was probably a very large catalyst that kind of pushed the price action up, probably a short squeeze of some sort at a specific resistance, and the price continued higher, but now it's averaging itself out right there at the 50-day. And what that 50-day simple moving average is just telling us that over the last 50 days, that's what the price should be as an average of the last 50 trading days. So 12.8 is essentially a resistance level for now. All right, but minus that one resistance there, everything else is looking absolutely bullish. Okay, so the daily is looking fantastic. So that's a really, really good sign. Take a look at the 4 hour. Let's go ahead and see here, because yesterday we were trending right around a 7 or an 8, and we're kind of in this range here. And instead of going sideways further, it resets itself and comes up. Okay, so again, it came up to a 9, continued higher. It didn't get a full-on reset according to TD sequential. In other words, we didn't have enough time to consolidate to warrant this next leg up. But that doesn't matter when you have short squeezes, right? Because we got this nice continuation pattern, and it's actually fairly healthy. Okay. Keep in mind we are overextended, absolutely. And if we take a look at the 4 hour, you'll see this RSI has been up over 70 for some time. It's been up over 70 for about a full trading day. The likelihood of it dropping below that is higher now, that it's been there for a while. Again, the longer you stay above 70, the more likely it is to pull back, okay? So 24-hour period there, plus 9 plus on TD sequential, there's a great chance we're going to start seeing that come down soon. Again, doesn't mean it's going to drop like a rock. It just implies that it's going to potentially come back down and bounce off the next key level Fibonacci right there at 12.3. Okay, once again, still a little too early to tell, but that's generally what you want to look for on the 4-hour. Last but not least, we have a nice key level support there, the 200-day simple moving average, right at 12.3 as well. Okay, so when you got that combination of Fibonacci plus simple moving average, that's a recipe for perfection. In a lot of ways, those are continuous. So if I were to, if I was a gambling man, which I'm not, which is why, by the way, I do very well with trading, I would anticipate that 12.3 is going to be a bouncing point if the price were to continue to pull back. That's my speculation. All right, so again, no guarantees, but we are looking pretty good here. So let's take a look quickly at TD sequential on the hourly. Let's just quickly identify that we came up to a 7 previously, went sideways for a little bit longer, hit a 9, so we went 7, 9, reset to a 6, now up to a 7. So in a lot of ways here, even though these are mildly overextended, they're also healthy. So this here, I kind of mentioned this yesterday, we have this pennant type of pattern where the price typically breaks out to the upside. We have another pennant pattern, but a triple pennant is very unusual. You really rarely will see a third one break out to the upside. Once again, we very well could see that tomorrow being a green day, a third green day, with that trading pattern with the candlestick pattern of a 3 white soldiers. But moving into that, there's no doubt that we're overextended, even though this is a fairly healthy continuation. The thing we want to kind of reiterate and confirm here is the Ichimoku cloud and kind of see where we're at. This is really telling us we have no reason to close our long position, as I mentioned yesterday. And of course, we've got plenty of time before the lagging span intersects with the price action. So we can literally see 24 hours of consolidation at 12.3 and the next leg up without seeing this thing over here occur. In other words, we'd have a perfect continuation if we saw that. What I'm hoping for is the price does go sideways and down a little bit longer and then continues higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set an alert at about 12.5 and reevaluate and kind of see what happens when the price comes down to that level. Okay. So again, when I set these alerts, it doesn't mean I just jump right in because of it. It tells me though at that time to take a closer look and to identify if it's worth getting into. There's a strong chance we're going to see a pullback to 12.3, 12.5 range though. Again, just based on the natural gravity of the simple moving average, overextended on the 4-hour, a lot of reasons to kind of slow your roll and be very careful with the long position right now. Okay. Again, just based on Solana's history too, and the reason why it came down in the first place, you got to recognize there's some fundamentals as well. Highly recommend you do some of your research on that. That being said, from a technical standpoint here, we're looking really, really good for Solana to likely continue at least for a third day. Just note if it does continue tomorrow for a nice green candle, expect a red day to follow. It's almost always consistent, especially with this key level resistance here at about 15. Coming up, we see it stopped and got rejected once, twice, 3, 4 times. So we got 4 rejections at that level, implying that it'll probably reject for the first time and could very well give us a cup and handle pattern. Okay, so we got somewhat of a cup here, right? And then obviously we got a handle that could come down here or could come down here. One way or the other, we're likely to see a retest of 15 in the relative near future, but I wouldn't expect it immediately because we are due for a pullback on the relative near future as well. Okay, pullback makes more sense first and then that leg up, but stranger things can happen, of course, but we are overextended on the 4-hour, and that tells me we're going to see a pullback to the 12.3, 12.5 range. Okay, so that's really pretty much where we're at here, straight as an arrow, right? So hopefully that made sense and you understand a little bit better now what's going on. Again, you want to become a better trader, obviously, CryptoCache.tech is a site. I do recommend registering before the end of this month because we have a new website being built currently, and it's going to be really awesome with a lot of new features, and the price will adjust accordingly. But if you register now, you'll be grandfathered in and your rate will never change. Just keep that in mind. It's a really good service for the value. Thank you so much for your time. Look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.